Copy.
Copy. There goes that.
Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Tony, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
And it's Shad.
Howdy.
Hello.
What's happening, fellas? And Kathleen.
Yeah, come on.
Right. What's going on around here?
Man, it's like a little bit of fall weather's moved in.
Yeah. Did you turn you turn your furnace on yet?
No.
No. Well, we have ours set. It's like in a range, so I don't think it's kicked on though.
No.
It has.
Yours has?
Heck yeah, it has.
Mine's on.
I did last week, man. It was cold.
Oh, I turned mine on for a minute to make sure it was okay.
I just think it was funny that it was warmer in Ohio than it was in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
That was funny.
I know.
Like my parents got here and we're like, wow, it's actually warm here.
Yeah.
And then of course they got cold after like being here 2 days. They're like, oh, it's really cold.
So how cold did it get down there? So you had to turn your heater on.
Freaking what, 48?
Oh wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew.
And that was reason to turn your heat on?
Dude, my heat stays just below 70 degrees. So anything below 70, it kicks on.
Damn
The
it.
ours is, I think right now I have it at 65.
Well, I mean, I keep my air conditioner at 74. So anything below 70, hey, time to turn it on.
Wow.
Wow.
It was 39 here the night before last.
Yeah, up there, up north by
Yeah.
you, yeah.
It was cold. And that's
Well, they had that front that
Yeah.
pushed through on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
We were in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh was freezing.
It went like at night, Friday night we were out.
And the wind.
And then it started
Yeah.
raining, and then it got so windy. It was freezing in the morning and all day. It
and
just
trying
rained.
to pull the camper in the wind was really scary.
Oh, that's fun, right? Did you turn the heat on in the camper?
We did.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it's a camper. Come on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were on top of well, they call it a mountain.
It was pretty.
Hill.
It was a really nice
But,
campsite. I
yeah.
liked it.
It
I
was
just
like
wish the leaves would have turned, but
they were starting to, but it wasn't peak yet.
I'm
for
thinking
that
this
area.
weekend will be peak.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, I will say though, like everywhere we looked, all the creeks and streams, they look really promising.
Right.
To play
they
around
were. I
in.
mean, I couldn't. I bet there was gold.
You didn't even take a pan. Really?
Well, you're not allowed.
You got to take a pan with you.
Well, we weren't. The camp place wasn't on one,
Mm.
and like literally, I swear, half the majority of all the creeks and streams were like following the roads.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like you could hide in and jump down. Maybe we could have in a couple spots, but yeah.
But we did have pans, but we just didn't have a chance.
Yeah, you could use shovels and pans and stuff. You just can't use motorized equipment. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just had a jam-packed weekend. I got to meet my long-lost cousin and learn about that side of the family, and visited old spots that, you know, everybody.
Baby Kathleen.
Baby Kathleen used to live in, and I got to see the Catholic church I was christened in, which is now condos.
Nice.
Kind of weird. And then, we just had a really good time visiting and enjoying the beautiful autumn weather.
Nice.
And we went antiquing.
Yes, I got some really cool things.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Did you get another cool clock for behind you guys?
No,
Those are IKEA
those are from
specials.
IKEA.
Come on,
I'm
man.
trying to think what cool thing you got last time you went antiquing. You got, and you got something else, didn't you?
Well, this time
That was really cool.
I got a bunch of little poison bottles.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about this one.
They're like the old cobalt blue
Yeah.
little potion bottles. So
They're cool.
I collect that stuff, and then
That's
I
what we
got-
used to dig out old dumps.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I swear that's what people do. Go to bottle dumps and then just clean them up and then put them in the antique stores for knuckleheads to come by and buy them up.
Ooh,
Well, they are antiques, but if they're hard to find too, because
the blue one, the blue ones are though. They're really cool.
And they had the cork still, so that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even hard to find a bottle dump because that was way back in the day.
Yeah. No, they're cool. The one she picked up, cool. Yeah, and she got a sundial.
Oh, okay.
Put in the garden.
Cool. That's cool.
I don't know how to use it yet, but it's pretty neat.
Chad.
Yes.
Oh, you got one of those
stuff too, I guess.
Oh, I'm gonna go get it.
The guy was just
grab from the top.
All right.
Don't reach in.
Okay.
You know how to set up a sundial, right?
I do, but
you got to go like this, point to the sun, and then dial it in.
Yeah, I got a couple things. I've been looking for one of these little guys.
Seriously.
Well, yeah, this is Bavarian, where the family's from.
I was going to say Belgium. Belgium, but you're right.
Germany. So yeah, that was
pretty cool.
Usually they're expensive, but I got lucky on this, and it was legit too. Yeah, I was able to verify it all, and then I got a cool Danish Remington bayonet, 1867 model. It's wicked. It like curves down the blade. It's cool. Now I need the rifle too.
Well, there's an antique mall on 76
in between Akron and Youngstown.
Very cool. They have things I haven't seen before.
They had a lot of cool furniture.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Unique furniture.
Gotcha. I think I know what you guys are talking about.
It's the Ohio's best. I mean, come on, that's what they say.
Yeah.
And it was.
But I swear I've seen another Ohio's best one too, though. So you never know.
So there's a couple Ohio bests.
There wasn't a lot of old mining.
There was zero mining.
I don't think so, right?
Not like you can find in Arizona.
Right. This is Ohio, so yeah.
Well, you could find some old, coal mining, which they use similar headlamps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no luck. I guess we need to go down to West Virginia maybe for those.
Yeah, you'd find even cooler coal mining stuff down in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Kentucky, high parts of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, maybe we can go to Kentucky.
Maybe.
You can go to Kentucky's best flea market. See what you can find.
Actually, what's that one? I don't know. It's along Sutton Highway, but it's the longest freaking yard sale in the world.
Oh, yeah. It's on 101 or something like that where.
Yeah.
It goes through multiple states.
Yeah.
Ohio's one of them.
I think that was August or something.
Yeah, they do it every year or something.
But down in Kentucky is where you find the good antiques. Somebody puts stuff out and they just, I guess, got to get rid of it. And you're like, whoa.
The best thing to do is go out of the way places. It's like mining, right? You obviously don't want to go look for gold that's right against the road, easiest where everybody and their mother goes.
Right.
You want to sometimes venture into more difficult areas to get some of that fresh ground.
Yeah.
Same concept with finding collectibles and other items, I guess,
Which makes perfect sense.
Or you pay a higher amount for the ones that are easy to get to.
Yeah.
But I have noticed if you get lucky and either the persons who booth it is died or is just had that booth forever, like the guy with the helmet.
They just get rid of the stuff.
I just went really low and I heard him on the phone. The guy was like, just take it. Like so to feel like I just want to get rid of it, and I'm like, okay.
You got a sweet deal though on that hat.
Nice. Good deal.
It's a helmet.
I tell you one thing, it is the one I would want to wear in World War I combat, that's for sure.
It doesn't even look safe.
Well, they put this
Put your eye out with that.
You gotta think World War I's my favorite time period of warfare. I mean, because you had this collision of the old school tactics of open warfare that is just insane with all the modern development and rifles, ballistics, cannons, mortars,
And look how many
everything.
new guns was made back then too.
Oh my god, yeah, it was insane how much stuff was changing. And then it's like I think it's fascinating because that like they wore that model is 1895 originally, but they wore it all the way to basically 1915, 1916 when they realized this ain't protecting anything up here. You know, they would put this canvas cover over it to basically make it blend in. It was like grayish brown, you know, to camouflage it.
You mean those helmets?
Yeah, those. Now the Germans did develop probably the best helmet ever, which they even continued to have in World War II. And then even at the U.S. military, the PAGST helmet had a similar design that would deflect rounds, shrapnel, and actually do a really good job. So they went from really something stupid to something really good. But yeah, I love that World War One because it's just a fascinating period. I'd love to go to Europe.
Yeah, it was like if it was like somebody come up with a good gun. Somebody said, "Well, hold my beer, I'll show you a good gun," and somebody else would make one, and then somebody else would make one. I'm like, what?
The one howitzer that was so ginormous. I mean, they just kept building bigger and bigger and bigger cannons. It was insane. Mm-hmm. But whatever. It's
cool stuff, though. Yeah, it is fascinating. Yeah, definitely is. Did everybody wear that helmet or just the upper rank guys?
No, well, see, that was my question too. So this was pretty common in Germany and Austria, right? So, but you had different provinces back then, or states really. And they had like the markings on them were a little bit different, but no, a lot of the regular enlisted men wore a variant. Non-commissioned officers had a little bit different, and then officers, they got the all blingy ones that.
Oh, sure, right, of course.
You know. I mean, if you watch some of the old movies in World War One, there you can see like the whole platoon's got those pointy little spike hats on.
Yeah, I mean, they had ones they made specially, like basically for what essentially they were reservists. They were 1 year obligated term of service for their enlistment, and they had a special one. It had the point and everything. It's crazy, and there's some weird looking ones though. If you really Google it, it's like the pickle helmet's technically what it's called, but. I always thought they were cool. I've wanted one since I was a kid, but yeah, I'm not going to pay $600, $700, $800, $900 plus for a real one.
No, that's
crazy.
And
this one I was lucky and I was able to make sure it was real too, because it's heavily counterfeited. So
I got you. That's still pretty cool though. At least you got you one now for your collection.
Yes, for the collection.
That's right, for your collection. Speaking of collections,
you want to see them precious metal prices? I bet
metal prices. Yeah,
they gotta be crap.
Well, okay. So I mean, there is some good news. There is a silver lining to our gold prices. They are up $13.20 at $1,782.12.
All right, it went up from 60. That's not bad then.
So yeah, it's hopefully going to go back up. Now silver went up 67 cents to $24.31.
Oh my God, it's a spike.
That's a spike because on the not even a month ago it dipped down to $21.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, I guess. Platinum, that also moved up $11.24 to $1,053.46. So not bad there. Palladium, this one went down $23.81 at $2,073.75. So now that takes us to our friend in rhodium. That one stayed flat at 14 grand. So buy an ounce. $14,000.
And
so cash in what Bitcoin's up to 62 or 63,000. So cash some Bitcoin in and buy some rhodium.
All-time high.
All-time high.
Yeah. You could cash one in and buy some rhodium.
Yeah, buy some rhodium and be like, look at this rhodium.
Looky here. Wait until it goes.
I think there's some influencers jacking that price of Bitcoin up because everybody thinks we're going to go to this global freaking crap. I think it's a bull crap, but I don't care.
Well, it's the runs, right? So it comes a point
Oh,
where
it's the runs, all right. You got it.
I mean, heck, if once it peaks, sell it and then buy back when it's low, and then bam, you can get double the amount you originally had pretty easily if you time it right. But it's a gamble.
Yeah.
You know, it's
All
cool.
time high of 66,999.
There you go.
Pulled back to 65,580.
But see, with all this inflation, like, the federal government's finally admitting there's inflation. It's supposed to be transitory to end by end of summer. Now they're saying, oh, it's still transitory. It'll end by next year. Okay.
Yeah, the world is supposed to end in 2012 because of climate change. Okay.
But I don't know. I think with everything, we got a supply chain crisis. So obviously there's shortages already of some food and supplies, or it's just taking extremely long. So those prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
And this is actually a global problem, not just here in the US. So I can see gold prices and everything starting in other currencies like the digital currency to keep going up right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just me.
See. We shall see. Right?
We shall see.
We shall see. Scott, what's today?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the 20th?
Yeah, I was just curious.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I was just curious.
It's got to be Wednesday. Shad Kathleen's here.
And it's birthdays on October 20th.
Oh, okay.
Got any birthdays for October 20th? Huh?
Oh, you wanted the date.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's the 20th.
All right. Well, I'll go through these. So pay attention. All right. We need two people's names. Okay.
Okay.
So first we have Arnold Ardens II, Brandon Meadors, Chuck.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Kurt Tibbs, David Grindell, Edward L. Sherm, Elijah Withers, Harold Lee Hackler III, Mario Casara, Maxwell, Mike Gunels, Randy Pyle, Richard Blake, Roger Rinke, Ron. And then tomorrow I could see Andy Brown, Brandon T. Johnson. What was that? Brian. Oh, we got two Brandon. Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Let's do the Brandons.
We got Brian Cole, DD, and Fish Fear Me too.
Let's go, Brandons.
Go, Brandon.
Gotta do Let's Go, Brandon.
Yeah, I think so.
There's some good names though. Like we have royalty, like Arnold Ardens II, and then Harold Lee Hackler III. We got some great.
You pick the second one.
No, I'll do both Brandons. If they're boring profiles, we'll pick more. Okay, that's the way we gotta do.
I like
it
the Fish Fear Me.
I was gonna say because if they fail, go Fish Fear Me.
Well, I think I may just check Fish Fear Me out because
Okay.
I want to know who are you and why do you
really
Fish Fear You.
That's right.
He is not the coy whisperer.
All right, so the October 20th, so today's Brandon. Let's go, Brandon Meadors. He's from Glendale, Arizona. So look at that. No.
Oh.
But anyways, he is a placer miner, but he does go underground when he can't. So that's pretty cool. A little bit of load going on. Belongs to the GPAA. Now, he heard about the site from a YouTube video. It was the Gold Cradle video.
That would have been Scott.
That would have been me.
Oh, look at that. But you didn't get any credit to being referred, so sorry. It doesn't really count, Scott. All right. But he uses a sluice box, high banker, a small trommel, a gold cube, and dry washer.
All right.
So that's pretty cool.
He's got. I was gonna say, he's got a dry washer.
Oh yeah, you kind of have to. He's been a member since 2013.
Cool.
Wow.
Long time member there. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So now let's go to Brandon T. Johnson, whose birthday is tomorrow. Another West Coast. Antelope, California is where he's from.
Is that the one from GPAA?
No.
Brandon?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's not him in the picture unless that's a
don't know.
a picture of a stranger. I don't know. But he sluices and metal detects. Belongs to the Mother Lode Goldhounds, the GPAA LDMA. And nope, he's not that Brandon Johnson. He literally says it in there.
That's awesome.
Wow, I guess we should have just read it and I could have been like, no, it's not.
He's not that Brandon Johnson.
Wow, that's good.
I even said, is that Brandon?
No, I'm not.
Now let's go, Brandon T. Johnson. Heard about it from another site. There wasn't a referral, and we don't know what other site it was.
Oh, bummer.
So that's a shame.
Yeah.
Now he does list some very specific equipment here, which I always love when people share exactly the type of equipment they're using. They have the Keen A51A mini sluice, Garrett pans, the AT Gold, ATX, MindLab SDC 300, and then the Gold Hog Piglet, a Gold Cube, a Blue Bolt, and the Falcon MD20.
Oh yeah.
So I like it when people share the specific gear they have in their prospecting, treasure hunting arsenal, because that's cool. Then you know who to ask if you need some help with something.
Right.
Is it Pacific or specific?
Pacific.
Now he's been a member since 2013.
2013. The other one was 2013 too.
Yeah, I know. Maybe they're twins.
Yeah.
Brandon twins.
Yeah.
Now, just because you guys loved Fish Fear Me too,
Yes.
because now I wonder, is there a Fish Fear Me 1 or Fear Fish Me?
Right.
Must be.
Well, I think he means Fish Fear Me too, like as well.
As well as what else, though?
I think there's a YouTuber called Fish Fear Me.
Okay.
Oh, is there?
All right. So let's take a look here at him. He's from Castle Rock, Washington. So another West Coast. That's pretty cool. He dredges high banks and uses a sluice box. Doesn't belong to any clubs. He says, not at the moment. How did you find the site? A friend told him about it. So you get one guess. Kathleen, you can't because you're staring at the screen. But who was that friend that referred him to the site?
Ed Marvin.
No.
Cecil.
Boom. There you go. Cecil. CCB-NC.
I just figured from Washington it might be Ed.
I know. That's actually kind of cool, though.
I know.
Obviously from another group or forum or something
Clear across
else.
the country.
Cecil.
Now, this guy's been a member since 2011.
Oh, he beat the Brandons.
Beat the Brandons.
Beat the Brandons off him.
So, yeah, we got some good birthdays, some good members there we highlighted, especially those Brandons.
Yep.
Some
I think
profile.
that's funny. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
You know there's a rap song now?
Oh yeah, I know.
Hilarious.
It's been number one for like the past 5 days, 4 days.
Oh my God, I crack up when I heard it. I heard it finally tonight on the news channel. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
I just thought it was funny because the announcer's like, oh look, listen, they're going, let's go, Brandon. I'm like, lady, do you articulate what's really being said?
They knew what they were saying.
It was like a bad cover though, you know.
She knew.
But Brandon was just sitting there like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, I gotta say this. All right, yeah, we love it. It's like the greatest inside joke that everybody's a part of. But how does that Brandon race car driver really feel? Like, he just won a race and like nobody cares.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, but now he's popular.
I know.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I was gonna say, he's real
But
popular
all
now.
you know is Brandon. What's his last name?
What is
Scott?
Huh?
What's his last name, Scott?
Brandon, I think Wheeler, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know NASCAR.
Brandon from NASCAR.
Brandon
He's actually
NASCAR.
he's not in NASCAR. I think he's Xfinity.
Let's go, Brandon. But those are your birthdays. Those are your medal prize.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to all.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Very cool. And so we ain't got no news tonight, so we're just having just a BS session. I don't even think there's any events yet, is there?
Nothing really too recent. I know there will be some coming up that we can announce as we get closer, because obviously we know GPA is kicking off their gold shows. Gold Prospector Space, no events noted, because obviously we're getting into the end of the season, cold weather, so things are shutting down. But hey, please, if there is one, send me a message. If you don't want to put it on the site, I'll put it on myself.
Right. Yeah.
Happy to. If you have trouble trying to do it, just send me the info. I'll gladly put it on there, because we want to make sure we get the word out to everybody of anything that's going on. So,
heck yeah, that's for sure. Thanks, Shit. Pretty cool.
Did you tell everybody the exciting news about? Well, I know it's May. We have some time, but.
Oh, are we announcing that yet?
What?
Exciting news.
The May.
Oh, not yet, right?
Not yet. Okay.
So we're not announcing it.
Not yet.
I must be in the dark about it or something.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You just don't remember.
Right, but you're not in the dark about it.
Okay, that's highly possible.
Now, Scott, do you got anything you want to read from your Sciencing channel this week?
Not really.
Okay. Did you see that sword that metal detector diver guy found? Was he a metal detector or just a diver?
What was this? That old sword?
Yeah.
Sword?
Yeah. Did you see?
Oh, that gold one?
Was it gold?
Or
I didn't know it was gold. It was covered in stuff.
I can't remember. I seen something about a sword that they found in a wooden scabbard that was buried. And then when they pulled the sword out, the scabbard was made of some kind of wood that doesn't rot underwater or whatever. But when they pulled it out, man, I was looking through it in a case.
It was an Israeli diver, scuba diver. He discovered it.
It was during the Crusader period. It was a Crusader sword.
That's news.
So now look, this is what's kind of interesting. Like they have a picture of it underwater, and it's like you look down, it's covered in what do they call it, crustacean barnacles or whatever.
Oh, that's not the one.
You could still tell it's a sword, and it was only under 16 feet of water.
Wow,
16 feet. That's it?
Now this guy, the diver, was
diver.
on a weekend dive in northern Israel when he saw the distinctive hilt and handle, because it's like plain as day, and it was literally just sitting on top of the bottom. So it obviously got moved or uncovered from the storms.
That's pretty cool.
So it's preserved.
What was that story you of Venezuela?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So I was just looking. I don't see any pictures yet of it clean. Oh, there it is.
Is that it?
I don't know if that's it.
I think
that's probably another sword. They lie.
Right.
Fake news.
I hate when they just put random pictures.
I gotta find that story again about that sword. Like I said, they found it buried in the mud or underwater or in the muddy water, whatever. But they pulled it up. It was a wooden scabbard. They pulled out the sword. It was like pristine, like brand new, because the scabbard, when you closed it, was like airtight.
Oh wow!
And this thing looked like it was immaculate, but it had something on the bottom of the sword for who it was for, in different, not writing that we could read, but like it was like for some kind of king, or it was meant for him, but never made it to him, evidently.
Now, was this recent, Scott?
It's not. Well, I think it was. Like I said, I just seen the story a couple of days ago.
Oh.
And I was just like, well, it looks interesting. It almost looks like a golden sword. So yeah, that wouldn't tarnish. But they said when they pulled out the sword, it was like in immaculate condition. It's never been touched by water or air because of that scabbard that it was in.
Huh.
And did they find it underwater or?
I think it was either dug up or it was underwater. I think it was dug up. But it was some kind of wood. It's some kind of wood that didn't deteriorate in those conditions.
Womanized?
I mean, I don't know, but it was pretty. Gosh, I see a bunch of stuff on Watch and stuff like that because, like I said, I'm an information junkie. I could burn 6 hours a day sitting here just going through different stuff. So,
what are you going to do when Facebook changes their name tomorrow?
Well, I think it's still going to be Facebook.
They're changing their name?
They're just going to have create a parent company. So Google created the Alphabet company now, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
Google's just a sub business off of the Alphabet. I think that's all Facebook's doing because they want to venture out into more things other than just social media. So,
Right. Well,
but I also think though it's part of their PR campaign because they're getting just destroyed.
Yeah. I think if Parler would come out with live feeds and stuff like that, just like Facebook has, Parler would probably take them over. Just because Parler doesn't tell you what you can say and what you can't.
I don't know. There's several of these small social medias that have sprung up from Getter and other ones. I don't know yet. Whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's rough.
Well, I mean, if I want to sit there and type in, your truck runs off unicorn piss and fairy dust, do your homework. You don't have to believe me. Just do your homework,
I'm going to Google that one later.
Well, my truck ran on unicorn piss.
Yeah.
Scott said it will.
Yeah, Scott Swiftwater Tony.
There you see. That's what I'm saying.
See him at the Phoenix, Arizona GPA Gold Show, and he'll tell you how.
Right. He'll tell you how to fuel it up.
That's right. I don't miss it.
Now, Kathleen she didn't get to prepare it, but she did have one cool story we were looking at earlier.
Oh, okay.
It's worth discussing as a group.
Only because if we're not careful, we're gonna head to the same,
Hey, let's go on down that road.
In Venezuela.
Yeah. So look at Venezuela. We know their economies collapsed because of socialist policies under Maduro and others, right? So their money was at the Bolivar, whatever.
But now things have gotten so bad that they are actually breaking off little pieces of gold to pay for stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're going to the old gold Tinder. Is it Tender?
Yeah. So
to pay for things.
There are different pockets within Venezuela. Okay. So this section of the country is more isolated from the capital and other really more the oil rich areas, I guess.
It's pretty remote,
but there's still shops, hotels, everything normal. It's just cut off from the rest of the country.
So I guess you can stay at a hotel for one night for a half gram of gold.
That's a pinch out of your
pocket. I kid you not. A one night stay. Yeah, a one night stand. I mean, a one night stay is a half a gram.
Half a gram.
The other may be probably an ounce. Let's be honest.
But you remember that
lunch for two?
Pinch out of your poke.
Lunch for two at a Chinese restaurant. You can pay for it with a 1/4 gram of gold. And a haircut, you have an 1/8 gram of gold.
Now, here's what's funny. This reporter interviewed, as he's traveling to this region, interviewed one guy said, he figured, and put this in perspective on the size of their gold den, that the guy getting his haircut was like, I just need to give these 3 small flakes for my haircut. So that's an 1/8 of a gram there. So
if we went to the gold tender, we'd be pretty okay.
Well, yes and no.
I think it's funny. Yeah. I think it's funny you said you can eat Chinese food for 1/4 of a gram. So we might as well call it a half gram because you're going to be hungry later.
But I mean, it's obviously different parts of the country, their currency's absolutely worthless. I guess only the poorest of the poor there still try to use it. Some areas that actually converted their money into the dollar and stuff, but it's just fascinating because this little section is gone back to the gold tender.
But they're also kind of like the Wild West, where they don't have any laws and.
Yeah, so this part of the country, they talk about it. It has the tabletop mountains, giant waterfalls, lush valleys, and I guess it's just tons of gold mines there. Most of them are illegal, small scale gold mines. So it is a very violent in a lawless place that has just been overrun, they said, by gangs, guerrillas, and then even the government soldiers who control the bigger mines. And I guess gun battles are like a daily occurrence there.
Well, if we're not careful in the US, I can see that heading the same way. I mean, if you look at like all of the things going on right now with the big corporations taking over the gold mines and, you know, printing of our money like it's grows on trees.
Well, I better figure a way to get my camper down on the claim then.
Yeah.
Well, so all the small time miners, they're all illegal miners technically. They are able to pay their day laborers in nuggets.
Wow.
So obviously it's very minerally rich,
Obviously.
gold bearing ground.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're probably extracting it on very manual means, not using probably a ton of equipment in the small mines, I'm sure. The bigger ones, I'm sure they got bigger wash plants and equipment.
Right.
But
Still.
yeah, I mean that they even say that the miners and laborers will break shards off of nuggets and carry them into their pockets when they go into town.
Wow. That's interesting.
And all the stores have brought in gold scales now and shopkeepers.
Now, Rich, didn't you do Venezuela, or haven't we done it yet?
I don't think so.
I thought we
Yeah,
did.
we done Venezuela.
I thought we did, yeah. Mm-hmm. But now also, isn't Venezuela the one that now is Bitcoin is there?
Well, they say their money isn't any good in Venezuela.
Right. But aren't they the one that switched to Bitcoin?
I
as the
think
legal
you're
currency?
right, Tim.
Yeah, I think this article, I think Kathleen, it mentioned it like in some area
Right.
that uses Bitcoin or digital cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that's their
primarily.
legal currency now or something like that.
I think it's funny how he was talking about money, because I remember seeing a couple documentaries where guys were walking down and they had like stacks of cash, you know, like that. And they're
Yeah,
like,
but it's
how much is that in American? It's $5. I was like, what? Good Lord.
I've seen videos with it scattered all over the streets because it's
Yeah.
useless. It ain't worth nothing.
Yeah, they said the money wasn't worth anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Gosh.
just laying in the streets everywhere. It's like it ain't worth nothing. It's like paper. Just that's all it is. Useless paper.
Yeah, the paper's worth more than the dollar,
Right.
whatever the amounts
The
are
amount.
printed on it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And I swear, if we just keep printing stuff, you know, eventually, obviously, that's why you need to diversify, whether it's with actual precious metals, digital currencies.
But we're not giving you.
No, we're not giving advice, but you should have some diversity, you know, obviously.
You know what's funny is you remember seeing those guys that are stupid and they go in to rob a bank, they leave their ID on the counter. That would be like a counterfeiter down there in Venezuela.
Jeez.
Oh, so Jaron said, yeah, the Bitcoin is a currency there, and they're now mining it with a volcano that's powering the Bitcoin
Wow.
mining with geothermal power.
I reckon.
Smart move. Uh-huh.
Well, they don't have to pay for electricity, so
Yeah. Interesting. Let's make it our legal currency and then start mining the crap out of it.
well, all you got to do is have computers running 24 hours a day.
Interesting. Just don't know where things are going though. Now, the reason I asked you what date it was, Scott, is because you said it's what, the 20th?
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be down on your claims?
No.
Yeah, sure. Rich, didn't he say something about like
What's going on?
third week of October? He'd
Something come up.
Oh, okay. So
I'm supposed
when's
I'm supposed to be in Vegas the 26th, and then we leave 28th or the 29th.
okay.
I get back here, and then my partner from Minnesota is supposed to be showing up the 2nd.
So now we're shooting for November.
And then I've got another partner, which I'm not going to let that out of the bag yet.
Okay.
He's coming to California to take care of some family things, and after he gets there, he's going to come here and he's going to be with me the rest of the season. Everybody on this show knows who this guy is.
Okay, so we're looking at November-ish now.
Who is that, Brian?
No, not Brian.
November, right?
Yeah, November.
Okay. Just checking. Just throwing it out there.
But you got to remember, like we had 2 weeks ago, we had rain, so I couldn't have been down there yet anyway.
Of course.
I thought we wanted water.
I want water. I don't want damp dirt.
Okay.
You got to have snow up in the mountains and then get rain and everything, and that fills the creeks.
Okay.
We don't. If it rains, the creeks go and gone.
Okay. I'm just checking.
We don't want water. If it's going to be dry, make it dry.
They did get snow, I heard.
Oh.
Last week. So
Not enough.
man, look at you. You what's the little fairy tale where she goes into all the different bears' beds? This one,
Goldilocks.
Yeah, Goldilocks. That's what Swiftwater reminds me. Goldilocks. Up it's too wet. Up it's too dry. Up it's too hot.
I'm looking for that just
right.
It's too cold.
Yeah. Oh, now it's just right. But wait, the season's over. I'm done.
My stuff will run clear to April, or maybe if we get water like we did 2 years ago. Last year was dry, but the year before that, we took off in April, and I come up here in early June, and the creek was still freaking running. I was like, man, we could have got an extra month up here out of dredging. But we just thought it was going to dry up real quick. So we cut it off on the regular season and took off in April. And like I said, I come back up in June to do something or look at some ground or something like that. And that Canyon Creek it still had enough water where I could have did dredging high banking out of it.
So do we want to take just a friendly bet here of as of in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
So that's November 3rd.
Okay.
Will Swifty be in the Goldfields? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'll be in the Goldfields. When I get back from Vegas, I'm taking
I have faith. I'm going to say yes.
So Kathleen's a yes.
I'm a yes.
Kathleen's going yes. Oh,
Wow.
When I get back from Vegas, that's when I pack up all my dry washing stuff, my buckets and everything like that, my cupboards.
And you're back from Vegas when? The 28th?
Yeah.
And he's waiting for his partner who gets in on the 2nd, right?
2nd or the 3rd, right?
All right, I'm going to say November 5th.
You're going to think the weekend, huh?
Yeah.
I'll be down there sooner than that, boys and girls.
Well, if he doesn't get until the 3rd.
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, will something come up?
All right. Okay.
No, because I checked everything last year. All the pins, all the bolts, the motor's got an oil change. It's got new gas getting ready to go in it. I did that stuff last year.
You ain't going out. There ain't no way.
Whoa. Wait, Scott.
It's gonna be raining. You're gonna have excuses. It ain't happening.
Hey,
I got a little kid in the painting class. You'll figure it out.
All right.
Hang on. Scott just said he has all of his equipment ready, right, Scott?
Right.
That you changed the gas, the oil. You had all this done, right?
Yeah, it's already done.
But you said it was done last year, right?
Right.
So it is sat a full year to wait for this moment on November 2nd. That's what you're saying.
Well, I'm sure he's going to inspect it before.
No, I mean, the gas tank's empty and the float bowl's empty and everything.
Oh, they're empty. Okay.
Yeah, the oil's been changed, so it's never been ran through the motor.
You're
It's
good.
ready to go. It's a filled little choke. Let's go.
I want to see votes in the chat room too. Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, this is a friendly little game, everybody. This is all, winter, it's all for pride, okay?
Right.
How well do you know Swiftwater?
Right. How well does everybody know?
How much confidence do you have in El Swiftwater?
You're ready to go. It's a filled.
I think it's going to be too moist, and he's going to blow it off.
See, I just finally clicked on the YouTube, so I know we're delayed. I want to hear what the
Yeah, I wanna
YouTube
see.
says.
Who does go out, who only go out half a day or a day because it's either too hot or it's too cold.
Well, okay, so we obviously need to expand on this. It's not that good enough, Scott, for you just to go out, look around, and be like, I'm here,
that don't
and go
count.
back.
That don't count. Yeah.
We need days in the field.
5 days
Right.
straight. 5 days straight.
We need video proof.
Yeah, but
Well,
his claim is like right there at his house, so it's like
True,
It
he
ain't very
is always
far.
going to go
you're
home.
always there.
He is going to go home,
Yeah.
which is fine. I get it.
Yeah. That's fine.
That's his campsite.
I don't see it happening.
Everything's set, man, and ready. It's
Yeah,
ready.
right. You've told us that many times.
I think it's going to be too moist.
Shouldn't be. We don't have any rain yet. We haven't had rain for 2 weeks. It should be all right.
Well, what do you
This
think it's going to do on November 2nd? You think all of a sudden you're going to have rain now?
I
Or
don't think
not
so.
rain?
Dry
Why
as
is it November 2nd?
November 2nd is just when my partner gets
That's
here.
when his
I'm
partner
going
gets
out after I get back from Vegas.
So why?
Oh,
didn't
so
you go
you're
down?
going out on October 29th then, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
it'll
back
still
on
be
the
October.
28th.
I'll have all my stuff done on the claim ready to go by in October.
All right.
Look at
I'm
that.
seeing a lot of Novembers. People are saying mid-November.
Mid-November.
That's what I'm seeing.
November 5th. November 5th.
Yeah. Mid-November.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of torn, Scott, because I want to have faith here in you. I want to believe in you.
Yeah,
and
of
I do
course you
believe in
do.
you.
Is Pennyweight in the chat room? I bet you he'll go with.
Oh,
I bet you he'll go with my October.
No, he's not. You know,
It ain't
I
happening.
just think, it's good. Something's gonna just come up. Yeah, he's gonna get stuck in the mud, or
It's
Ain't
too
no-
cold. He won't go out. Bob Drake.
It's all sand to get there anyway.
no, you're stuck in the mud, but you're not speaking about literal mud.
Yeah.
Remember? Remember that one, Scott?
The only thing I'm worried about right now is because she come back from Chicago with a cold.
Right.
Wait. He's setting it up now. He's setting the excuse up.
That's weeks away. She'll be
Well,
fine.
if you guys don't see me on the Gold Show for a couple of days, you'll know I'm not good.
She'll be fine. That's a couple weeks. That's
Yeah.
plenty of time to get better.
So, like I said, I'm gonna be, like I said, when I get back from Vegas, I got to do the get everything back out of the garage, get packed up and tied down to that, because that when I go down, it looks like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Uh-huh.
But I'll have everything there, and then I'll take a day and set everything up. The classifier, the way the dry washer's got to set right, I'll have it put in to where we can utilize it and run it quicker. And then I got to get some more buckets because I broke a couple of buckets last year, but I can get them from my sponsor in town if he comes up this way. But I think I still got a good 25 to 30 buckets, so I'll be able to get started.
Good. Okay. Well, we're counting on you. I mean, we're rooting for you, but
And Rango's ready to go. He's like, "Come on, man, let's go."
Oh, Rango.
I bet he is. He's probably tired of being stuck there in the gold camp.
Where is Rango? Do you have Rango?
He's in another room with her.
Oh, okay.
Keeping her company.
yeah, you got to take care of Mama
Yep.
because you don't feel good.
All right. You know what, Scott? I'm going in with you, buddy. I'm
Uh-oh.
going to say you're going to be out there end of October and ready to go.
I'm going to say November 5th.
End of October.
I would already be down there right now if we wouldn't plan to go to Vegas and stuff like that.
I'm Team Scott.
Well, he has to recoup from
Scott.
Vegas, right?
No,
It's
You
Scott.
get home on
Every
the 28th.
day's Vegas for
I
Scott.
was gonna say Shad knows how it is.
Uh-huh.
I like that recoup from Vegas. I'm like, well, it's like any other night here. What?
I mean, come on. Let's be honest with Scott.
Whatever,
We're
no.
talking to Scott here.
Well, where are you staying in Vegas?
I think my friends are coming out, and we're supposed to stay at the Circus,
Oh, circus.
Circus.
and we're getting
Yeah.
like some. I don't know. The rooms are like super cheap, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
And which I don't know if you got to wear a mask and all that crap. That's gonna bum me out if you
I
do.
think
But
so. I think
Actually, I'm looking at you, Scott. Technically, your beard is a mask. It's got to be sufficient enough, in my
elastic
opinion.
around his ear.
I know. Just put some elastic in. You're good.
See, I was telling Lisa that last night. I said, if we took a shoestring and buried it in my beard,
Yeah.
it would look like a fake mask.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just as effective as a piece of cloth mask.
It does.
All right.
the same thing.
Well, it's
Maybe more effective.
big.
Probably more effective.
Yeah. You should do that, Scott. Just put 2 pieces of shoelaces or something.
Actually, just get a marker and draw the outline.
Right. Well, Lisa goes, you can just wear your bandana over your face. I'm like, okay, this is going to look good. A guy with a Western hat, bandana across his face, and in a casino. I don't see that happening.
Hey, just take your revolver in there and you'll be good.
Right.
What kind of
No,
boots?
I think you'll just fit in, honestly.
Wear your Ugg boots with that outfit.
My what?
Your Ugg boots.
My Ugg boots.
Yeah. With your cowboy hat, your bandana.
And your Ugg boots.
I got my cowboy boots.
You know what is funny? We when we were in Pittsburgh, we had to get Kathleen shoes, right? She wasn't happy with their outfit.
No, it got cold and I
And-
brought sandals.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So, but I was walking around the men's section of the shoe store, and I kid you not, there are Ugg boots for men. I should have took a picture of them. I just laughed because I immediately thought of Scott. The Ugg
Right.
boots.
I don't have Ugg boots. I don't know what the heck that is.
I don't have Ugg boots either.
Ugg boots.
I got muck boots, cowboy boots. I got flat track boots. Then I got my, what do you call them? Cross trainers from when I go on the claim. Can't dig in cowboy boots. Freaking twist an ankle on them dang rocks.
Ow. Ow. Yeah.
So I usually wear those. Well, they're kind of boots, but they're kind of low, like a high top tennis shoe. I don't know what they can.
So Scott, we might as well talk about this though. What is specific equipment did you say you're taking out to the claim at the beginning of the season?
The 151's going right out of the bat.
Yep.
And then I got the old time, one of their first vibra washers that they made. It was called the Mule. It was actually for a production. It was bigger than what they actually showed at the Gold Show. They kind of left it to me when they went off and started doing their own thing. So I still have that, but I don't use the motor in it because I just dump it on it and it slides. All the big rocks come off and everything else goes in the middle in my bucket.
Oh, so you use that to just quickly classify so you don't have to rock and shake a buckets. all your buckets.
Exactly.
No
Exactly.
kidding. So it's got like grizzlies on it basically, and it drops down the material. And
Well,
you
it's got
use it.
holes. It's a little bit. I think it's just a hair shy of a 1/4 inch.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want a 1/4 inch stuff like the classifier and the dry washer. If I was out somewhere where I had to take that, it'd be okay. But I like to have my stuff running like an hourglass, nice and slow, and I want the sand to work. I want everything to work because I want all the gold out of it. And if you rush it, you're not going to get all the gold.
Right.
And all the tailings that I've ever tested out of this 151, the way I set it up and the thing, my mentality of why I got it set up like that, I've checked my tailings 1,000 times and I still haven't found any gold in my tailings. And that's
See, and you run the 151 like the way we've been taught was you dig all day, and then when it's time to run it, you run all your buckets at once. You don't run it, stop, run it, and stop. You want to do that continuous push of material through that machine, right?
right. If I fill up like all 35 buckets, then I'll run it. And
Yeah.
that'll be about a 3/4 tank of gas.
Mhm.
And then while I'm running, my partners are back there. We're doing it again.
Replenishing the buckets, yeah.
Right. So when we if we get 35 buckets and I'm sitting there pumping it in and I'm throwing the buckets over there and they're refilling them and keeping off to the side. When I get done with that 35 to 40 buckets, I know where my gas is on my motor. So I'll shut it down, fill up with gas, take a break, smoke a cigarette, whatever, and then I'll go back and start running them 35. So it's kind of, you take a break. I mean, it's not like once you dig the buckets, you're slave driving all day. You got to give guys a chance to breathe and stuff like that.
No, you don't.
Well, those buckets get heavy, buddy. Let me tell you what.
Don't worry. Just look for some guy or people walking across the desert and give them some work to do. You'll be good.
All right.
They're everywhere. I'm sorry.
But like I said, last year I was running my 42 buckets a day and then being out of there by 1 o'clock. And that was just me.
Now I know like Jimbo does this cool little trick with the shop vac when he cleans it out. do you just kind of dump your cons then into a bucket and take it back to your camp and run the material that way all at once?
Yeah, I'll come back to camp and I'll actually run it through an eighth mesh classifier. And that leaves me with about a half a pans of big. So I'll pan that out, see if there's any kind of pickers or bigger flakes that didn't go through.
Yeah.
Then I run everything through a gold cube. After that, it goes into a big tub, and then I'll take the spinet off and I'll get all the black sand out I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I come back to a pan, I'm going to try to utilize the blue, which I'm not a big fan of the blue bowl, never have been. I've tried it. It just always, to me, it sucked. But I think if I take the black sands out of it, before I use the blue bowl, it would probably have it would be probably a lot more cleaner golds for me to get, so to speak.
Yeah.
And maybe because I used to just put like a spoonful of black sand and gold in it, and it would take a
let it
while
run.
to take it away. But if you take that black sand out and there's only a couple grains, here and there in the gold, well, the gold should stay in the blue bowl on the outside. It's pretty darn easy.
See, that's what we learned in Alaska, that when you have a lot of magnetic sands, that spin it off is amazing too. It's awesome because
it works great.
it cuts out half the your black sand, sometimes more.
Mhm.
And then when you run it through that blue bowl, it's a lot more efficient. You don't have to feed it just a little bit at a time. You can actually continually scoop more in, let it work, and add more in, and then use it.
In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, don't take offense. Anybody out there does, sorry about your luck, but I don't care about your feelings. But when it comes to the fact of somebody, if you go one step bigger than me, you're running tractors and stuff like that. So you could have a different cleanup machine. But for people like myself and lower, that's like listening right now, if you don't have a spin it off and a gold cube, you're just wasting my time. Because that's two of the best vital pieces of equipment that I've had for I don't know how many years now. So
see, we didn't fully appreciate the gold cube until Alaska.
Right. In Ohio,
I bet.
it's hard to use that gold cube. But like now that we've been in Alaska and Arizona, we appreciate the gold cube a lot more.
It's just a great way to condense everything down. Then you can just kind of continue classifying down into different meshes like Rich always talks about and panning them out.
Mhm.
It's just so much easier to get that clean gold.
yeah, that's what you want.
Material.
But I'm thinking about this year maybe because like I said, I like to get buckets of dirt before I even fire up the gold cube. I want to get almost a week's clean outs before I even do it. And I was thinking about getting 2 more tiers to make it a 6 tier. And then, I could run, at least.
Is that a normal thing to make it 6 tiers?
You can make them really high. They just keep stacking.
Well, you're going to need a stool or a booster.
I was kind of waiting for that.
You're going to need a little ladder.
No, it's about a 6 tier on my recirculating system would probably be about chest high. I'll get a bar room stool. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll see Scott over there. He'll be like on a mound of dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't need no stool.
He'll have it.
And like I said, your guys' gold in that video you guys showed from Alaska, it had, you could see where it had that nice V of gold, and that's why like I said, I like it. I've tested the tailings thousands and thousands of times. If I come up with one piece of gold, I'm just, I'm like, well, go gods. I don't care about one piece of gold. If I do multiple tests and every time there's a test, there's gold in the pan, and I'd be upset. But it doesn't turn out like that.
Well, yeah. Do you want to spend your time trying to capture that one little piece of gold you lost, or getting another ounce of gold?
And I still feed the gold cube with a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Or if you're back from the East Coast, a big mouth spoon.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I got faith in you, Scott.
All right.
End of October, you'll be out in the gold fields.
Oh.
Well,
On the
lay,
record.
lay your money down, buddy, because you'll win it. Lay your money down, you'll win it.
There you go. Let's put it on the. You want to put it on the line, dear?
What's the wager?
$100.
Oh, geez.
Let's go. Me and you. 100.
Okay, $100.
$100 cash money. No
All right.
favors. Cash money.
Oh, wait. What's the day in October? The 20.
Well, by the end of October, she's
By
saying
the end of-
November
I'm
5th.
saying November 5th.
No,
So if
it'll
by
be
the end of
before that.
October he's not mining, Kathleen wins.
No. He still has to mine by the
No.
5th.
If October 28th passes,
No. I said
Then I
end.
win.
I said end of October. No.
No, that's not
That
how
was
it was going.
Well, all right. To win money. All right. I'll go on the record. October 30th, he'll be out there. You say November 5th.
November 5th.
But
All
not,
right.
just,
Fine,
not,
5 days in a row.
not just out there mining.
Mining. Yeah, mining.
Oh, Shad, you'll have it, Shad, because I'll be there mining by the 30th.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I don't have any Halloween parties to go to this year, so that's out.
Everybody.
Well, if you do get out there as you're supposed to,
The bet is if
No,
you're not
you-
out there in October, I win.
All right.
no, you still have to get it by November 5th. If he isn't out there until after November 5th, you lose too.
What
Hey.
what if he's out there November 4th?
Shad,
You
your
win.
camera's pointing to the ceiling.
Oh shoot! Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
There you go.
You hit the thing.
I didn't hear anything.
I'll be out there before October is over.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, there we go. Friendly bet.
All
We'll
right.
talk later, Scott.
I'm like
No,
a
we
Cajun chef, I guarantee. Yeah.
All
Hey
right.
Scott, I'll wipe off your debt of the last bet where you still owe me money, so we're good. Man.
$25. You still owe us $25.
Yep.
Interest.
Hey, you guys were here. You never collected. I don't know.
I know.
Well, now I don't need to as long as you're out there.
Oh, I'll be there. You trust me. You got to remember. I got somebody sitting here that she's going. You get to stepping. You need to get go.
Yeah,
And then
she
we
needs
come
her
up-
quiet time.
Yeah.
Well, we
Hey,
come up.
Lisa. Wait till
Oh, she's
yeah,
way inside. I'll
wait
tell
till
her.
No, she's
November.
way inside.
Oh.
She don't hear you.
Yeah, she's back in the bedroom sleeping it off.
I'm still seeing November too, or later.
No,
It's not gonna be October.
I'll be there. Trust me.
Nah.
All right.
Like I said, I'm going to do a lot more videos. This, and especially with my if my new crew shows up. I hope they both do. Which I both called them 2 or 3 times. And it's like, okay, I got the guarantee. So it's going to be a cool videos this year, and hopefully it's going to be a whole lot more gold. Because hey, 3 people work, it's a whole lot better than 1.
All right.
So, hey, I think our show in 2 weeks is going to be interesting.
It is. Everybody remember this. too.
November 3rd show.
Everybody.
Hey, by the
remember.
way, just to let everybody know, I called him. He said, remind him. This Sunday, we're going to have Shannon Poe call in
Oh, okay.
after his walk. He's doing the big walk through California again to the
Right.
Walk
Sacramento.
for the water rights this
Yeah.
year, right?
Yes, right.
Okay.
Yep.
So he said to remind him, and we will. If I'm going to say we're going to have him on the show because he's pretty good about calling.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So
Yeah. All right. So on that note, let's go ahead and wrap it up. And I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Don't forget to join us Sunday. Shannon Poe might be here.
I'm hoping.
We shall see. So hope to see you then. Till Sunday. Have a great week. We're out of here.
Good night, everyone.
Later.
Go
Good night,
Diggers.
Gold Diggers.
First.
Thank you for tuning in
November.
tonight. And be sure to
Go
join us
Brandon.
Wednesday night right here
Let's go, Brandon.
for our West Coast Wednesday
Man, I was waiting for that.
Standard Time. Thanks again for listening.
Let's
October,
go,
baby.